What's wrong with your face?
Hello everyone, welcome to Solo Board Game Alert. I'm Robert, and today I want to discuss Massive Darkness Dungeons of Shadowreach. So I don't have any prior background with the Massive Darkness line of product, but now I finally have a chance to discuss it because I definitely have had an interest in it. The thing is, I've heard very polarizing opinions about it. So this is the latest campaign, which brings a few new elements. So I'm gonna give you a quick overview. So this is a cooperative dungeon crawler where you can control up to 4 characters, and the selling point of the game is that it's a zero to a hero dungeon crawler where you become a badass and collect a bunch of loot and kill monsters within an hour. Okay, and there's no campaign commitment, although you can buy an expansion that introduces a campaign element. So this entry brings new classes and a few new mechanics, which I'll discuss later. First, I want to look at prior Massive Darkness campaigns and compare their funding. So far, there's 12 days left still, but we got $1 million. And the prior campaign on Kickstarter for Massive Darkness 2 Hellscape collected almost $4 million, not too shabby. And then prior to that, the very first Massive Darkness collected $3.5 million, so not too shabby either. But yeah, definitely a bit of a dip compared to the previous two so far. We'll see if they reach maybe another million before the campaign ends, but it's not looking likely. So yes, I've heard very polarizing opinions about this series of dungeon crawlers, and I do definitely want to try it out for myself at some point. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the most interested in this entry. If I do want to try this, I'm probably just gonna pick up a retail copy of Massive Darkness 2 Hellscape at some point. So let's take a look at some of the new classes that this entry brings. We have the Assassin, Chronomancer, Herbalist, Hunter, Cleric, and Warrior. Now, one big change that they made for Massive Darkness 2 was the fact that each class, instead of becoming a bit more straightforward and generic, like stats based and whatnot, and just having like a couple of unique abilities, each class in Massive Darkness 2 became its own mini game of sorts. And it kind of reminds me of in Too Many Bones, how each class has like their own little sheet with instructions where you have to learn their nuances. So it looks like this is also more or less the case here, okay, where each class has their own board and they do something unique. And of course, on top of the classes, you also have new enemies and whatnot. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you folks, the classes here, compared to previous entries, they're some of the least appealing looking that I've encountered so far from looking at prior classes. So the classes are not a selling point for me with this entry. But the Hunter does look really cool, and I like classes that summon pets, so I'll give them that. Now, just like with Massive Darkness 2 Hellscape, they also have a campaign mode expansion if you prefer to go that route instead of taking advantage of the one-shot nature of the game. And they're also introducing this RPG book that is soloable. So to be honest, this is the most interesting thing out of the entire campaign that I've seen here. So I do always like RPGs that are soloable. Now, one big concern that I have read about this game is the setup being a nightmare and the storage solution problem. So there is an issue where if you want to facilitate setup, you have to come up with some storage solution, and a lot of people have shared their pictures online to make that happen. So it's great that this game offers a zero to a hero experience, but the setup is such a nightmare, according to some reviews that I've read, that it's a big turnoff. And it looks like this will be packed with tons of cool stretch goals. So if you do decide to back it, you're gonna get extra mobs, extra classes, and it looks like there will be more RPG stretch goals if you decide to get the RPG stuff. And on top of the core box, expansion box, and RPG, there's also a couple of add-ons. So there's some legacy stuff if you want to get previous crowdfunding exclusive terrain and classes. And there is a Sunken Temple And this is a crowdfunding exclusive expansion that has a new environment with enemies, belonging to it. If you want like a sunken temple, like a Atlantis looking style environment for you to fight in. But yeah, folks, that's my quick overview of the Massive Darkness Dungeons of Shadowreach expansion. I've been wanting to discuss this game for a while. I just haven't pulled the trigger on getting a copy. And I think that at some point I am gonna get a retail copy of Hellscape. It's just a lot of the mixed reviews concerning the setup woes and the difficulty issues of it maybe being too easy. If it's kind of deterred me from getting it. I'm definitely not gonna back this myself, but I wanted to discuss it. It does look really cool. And like I said, the RPG book that is soloable from this campaign, I found that the most interesting element out of the entire campaign, to be honest with you. And yeah, the classes did not look that appealing to me, but I could be wrong. Maybe they're super fun to play. But yeah, folks, please let me know in the comment section. Are you interested in this game? Are you avoiding it? Are you backing it? And if so, let me know at which tier level you are backing it. And I want to thank you so much for watching. And if you have any other comments, questions, feedback, go ahead and put them in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this content, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.